Hey everybody, it's Joy Packard. It is a Saturday evening and we just got home from taking the kids out to dinner. They just got home from their Pioneer Trek and it's so good to see them and so good to have them to hear their stories and to basically learn of the things that they learned from. And so I wanted to share with you a few of the lessons that they were telling me about their experiences, the different things that, that they had experienced and everything. I just think it's so neat that, for our kids to be able to learn this kind of stuff. And so one of the things that I wanted to say before this whole thing began was I have to admit that I was like, this whole thing, it's during spring break and, it's so long and all this kind of stuff. And, it was put together by some amazing people. And when everything is said and done, I look back at this and I'm just like, this was such a good experience for the kids and seeing what they went through and everything. So there was this particular picture. I'm going to see if you can see this or not. It's kind of further back, but I'm going to share it with you, okay? So, I have my computer here. I don't know if you can see that or not. Can you? If you can, just say yes. But basically, it's a picture of the kids. One of the things that they wanted us to do is to pick up our kids. And, of course, my husband was already there, so I didn't really have the privilege of doing that, and I'm still on crutches and everything, so it's kind of hard for me to travel. But one of the things that was kind of cool is, as I saw that picture, it was a picture of the very last stretch of the kids coming home, from their trail and everything. And my daughter was just telling me about how when she saw the end in sight, and she saw all the parents at the end. She saw all the parents at the very end of the trail waiting for them, because I told the parents to be there by, 12:30 to 1 or whatever, and to be prepared to possibly wait. And I asked my husband, what time were you guys coming down? He was the medic on the trip. And he said it was close to like 2:30 or 3. So, I think that one of the reasons why maybe they had them come earlier is to make sure that they didn't miss this very special scene. And when I saw that picture that I just showed you, and it shows, the beginning hand cart, and then it shows all of the rest of the people coming down the hill. My daughter told me that when she saw that, she said that they took the hand cart and they just started going faster, and that there were tears, and they were saying, we did it, and I don't know, that's just such a touching picture. And it made me think about whenever I ran a marathon, and I use this example. I tell my kids this all the time. It was 4 or 5 years ago, I ran my first marathon, and I remember it was mile 23. And, for those of you who don't know, a marathon is 26.2 miles, right? And I remember being on mile 23 and almost giving up because my quads were, sore, and that it was just so hard to go on, so hard to keep on. And I remember hearing my sister at mile 23, mile 24 or so, and she was screaming my name saying, you can do this, you can get this done. And as I got to, be closer, I was on mile, almost to the finish line. I saw my family at the very end of my marathon. And I remember thinking, I can do this and I'm not going to give up. And I remember I started running faster, just like my daughter did. And it made me realize, how, a lot of the kids, there was one in particular got kind of sick, and she was telling my husband that, she says, I have to finish this. And I think that's so cool. Some of the lessons that my kids learned on this trip, they learned, how grateful they are for food, for the food that they have, for shoes on their feet, for a house to live in. My daughter told me that some of the nights were freezing. The first night was really, really cold. And so, I think that it's just such a, you know, like I say, that very picture that I showed you at the beginning of this, it was just so, so neat to me, because I think that, you know, that gave them hope. And I think that that was such a cool thing, that whoever put that together, you know, to have the parents at the end cheering them on and knowing that they can do it. And, you know, I think that that applies in a lot of things in our life, you know, where we think it's so hard, we're so hard to get done, and then we see the light at the end of the tunnel, just like the parents were there waiting for the kids and everything. So what a special moment, and what some of the most amazing lessons that were learned. And so anyway, I just wanted to share with you, I know some of you were asking about that, you know, what were some of the things that your kids were doing on that? And, you know, they came home more grateful. They, you know, when they eat now, they're just so, they clean up their plate. But some of the, if those of you who are just coming on, you can go back and look at the picture at the very beginning of the video of what I'm talking about. But what an awesome experience, you know, to have, to know, you know, that you can do it. And then, you know, there's going to be people at the end of the, you know, just like I say when I related that to my marathon. So anyway, I hope you guys are having a wonderful night. I just thought that that was the neatest thing, hearing my kids tell me that experience, because like I say, I related it to my marathon. And I think that a lot of times we don't realize that just around the corner with whatever we're doing, whether it's in our business or whether it's a project that we're doing or something that we feel that we can't get done. And, you know, we hear the people cheering us on, just like they did in this Pioneer Trek for my kids. Just like we know, you know, whenever we're getting to the end of whatever we're trying to get done on daily life. So anyway, it was a very touching story that my kids told me, and that picture is so awesome. So anyway, I hope you guys are having an awesome night. We're still enjoying all the grandkids for spring break. Ending spring break this weekend. It's been an awesome week spending with a lot of my loved ones. So I hope you guys are having a wonderful time wherever you are, and I hope you have an awesome night. Take care. Bye.